No, I just should have listened to Mindy. I'm sitting there thinking of what my play is, and Mindy's just got it like she's got tomorrow's newspaper.
Yep. Yep, she hit it on the Astros, but it's not over yet. You can't jinx it yet. They're still batting 7-zip. So yeah, they just got all over Rich Hill.
Of course.
I always feel sad when I see some of my favorite fades get demoted. Bad news today. Cutter Crawford sent to the minors.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're looking to pick on pitchers. I get it, Tony. I don't know. I thought, I thought it was an okay start last time out. Oh well, that's all right. Well, they got plenty of their ball. They got plenty of pitching, I guess there. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that rolls. I know Cole Irvin goes tomorrow, but he's facing the Athletics. He might be a play on. We'll see. Corbin was a play on the other night against the Angels. We'll see how that rolls. All right, here we go. TNT has hockey on Wednesday nights. Late season action here. I think we're about very close to wrapping it up here in the NHL. Tomorrow, I believe, is the final day of the regular season. Stars and Blues. Stars $1.57. Total is 6.5.
Yeah, and these teams actually, Tony, will play again tomorrow. So that's how these two will finish. Now, for Dallas, it's important. It's very important. They are right now battling Colorado. They've got 104 points. They trail by 1 point. Dallas has 2 games left. Colorado has just 1 game left. Dallas on the road here in strong form going against St. Louis, but a bit of breaking news came on the morning steam when the goalies were kind of confirmed. Right now, we know Wedgwood is in there for Dallas. What happened was we were on the air. I saw the steam come in on the game as we were on the air. It came in basically on St. Louis and the over nearly simultaneously. That uh, perked up my radar, and I immediately looked to the goalie situation, and Wedgwood is in there instead of Ottinger. I don't know if that's a terrible thing. I mean, Wedgwood was sidelined with an injury since back in mid-February. He returned for his last game just recently to beat Nashville, and Dallas has won 4 straight, 6 of their last 7. Wedgwood's numbers may not be Ottinger like, but they're still pretty strong. Uh, his overall numbers. So I don't know if it's certainly not a downgrade, I would think, but it's not Ottinger. So I don't know if it was just what the public thought or bookmakers were just adjusting immediately. This series is a dead under. There's no doubt about it. I mean, 6 straight in this series has gone under, but Dallas has all the pressure in the world to try to get this division title against Colorado. They just defeated Detroit 6-1 on Monday, an easy call. We in Dallas and over. We were all over it on Monday. Now Dallas has gone over in 9 of their last 11 on the road, including 7 of their last 8 as a road favorite. They've gone under in just 6 of their last 21 games. Strong over trend there as well. Uh, for St. Louis, they playing their best hockey of the season. Probably just a little too late. Now they did lose to Minnesota last game out 5-3, but over their last 13 games they went 8-3-2 down the stretch, but they just were too far out of contention. They've gone over in 27 of their last 35 games here. Last 66 games, 42, 18, and 6. In the last 66. That covers most of this season. Also 49, 22, and 8 to the over as an underdog. So strong over trends for St. Louis all season. I harped on it early, and it continued on. For the most part, I mean, they're very strong over team this season. Probably because how I don't know. I'll just how well they can look offensively. They look really smooth a lot of times in open ice, passing the puck, setting up their scoring chances. That's kind of what Minnesota does, what St. Louis does well. So uh, I think here, though, because there's nothing for St. Louis to play for. Sure, they can go in and play spoiler against Dallas, and yeah, maybe because of no Ottinger, maybe that steam came in on St. Louis. But Hoffer's starting for St. Louis, and he is undefeated, but I mean he's getting the call up here for this one. He's I think 3-0-1 for St. Louis in goal this year. His numbers are actually similar to Wedgwood, and like I said, maybe the steam on the over came in when both of these guys were, you know, Hofer's likely in this game. Actually, Wedgwood we know is in. So Bortuzzo is out for St. Louis, a key defenseman. He's out undone for these last two games. So I don't know if St. Louis can have the motivation to play enough defense against a motivated Dallas team. They have to win. You got to figure that line. Look, Pavelski, call him Mister 1000, if you will. He had that historic assist for him in that, or I think it was a goal, but he reached 1,000 points anyway in that game on Monday against Detroit. But that top line with Heinz and Robertson, I figure they've got to be very strong in this game and probably have a big game against St. Louis here. Now, Wedgwood did beat St. Louis way back on November 28th, 4-1. But I got to figure Dallas is good for 4 goals here, maybe 5. I think it could be another repeat performance what they did to Detroit. I don't think that St. Louis is much better than Detroit, if any. So I'll look to go over. That's a juiced over, no doubt about it. You see on the screen there, it's actually a 6.5 with the under juiced, and I think you might see the books even moving towards that. There are plenty of 6 overs out there, but you're going to have to lay at least $1.25, and I'll look to do so. You could do your shopping. I don't know if I even necessarily despise a 6.5. I guess I would also consider that as well. So, like I said, these teams play tomorrow. It's very important for Dallas. I will mention that Colorado's game tomorrow is a little bit tougher than Dallas's game hosting St. Louis. Colorado, they will be at home, but they're going to be hosting the playoff bound Winnipeg Jets. So I think that's going to be a tougher game for them. And so Dallas would like to have these 3 points tonight and keep the pressure on and leapfrog them at least for now into the final night of the season where they can be in charge. And then both teams will play at home tomorrow. Both teams will still be favored. I think Colorado will be favored in that game, certainly. Again, but it could be close. And we just saw Colorado an underdog against Edmonton last night. So we'll see if maybe it'll be rated relatively close. But I think in this one, Tony, with Dallas really clicking well offensively, we think of them, with their goaltending and their defense a little bit, but they're playing very, very well offensively. And that top line tonight probably will have a pretty big night, I would think. I'm not worried about the season series here with an under. If anything, I would think tomorrow's got a better chance of going under than this one, mostly because you have St. Louis on the road tomorrow and here at home against the backup. Maybe they can, oh, well, they better. I'm going to need them to get a couple of goals at least. 3 would be nice too, but I'll take over tonight with the Stars and the Blues on the, yeah, you called it. It's the next to last night of the season. All teams in action tomorrow on Thursday for the final game of the season, and then the playoffs will begin.
All right, Ramon here. Stars Blues over 6. Do your line shopping. We are seeing some 6s in many places. You're going to be juiced on that over. Ramon likes the over there in this one. And of course, when you're looking here at Dallas, it's the defense really is carrying them through here, giving up 1 goal in each of their last 4 games. And that's against Philadelphia, against Vegas. Nashville's a somewhat competitive team there. Of course, they did give up that 5 spot at Colorado. They gave up 2 at Arizona. 1 at Chicago. So we're kind of seeing here some of these out of contention teams that were able to defend, but Vegas was pretty good performance there.
Yeah, and I just look at that game that Dallas had. In that 6-1 win against Montreal, we saw it coming, I think, and they were able to hammer and take care of business. So they're probably Dallas probably in their best offensive form of the season right now. And if I see them against a team like St. Louis, which certainly trends over, there's no doubt about it. I know this series because of the nature of the series is like I said, dead solid under between these two. But St. Louis Has been a strong over all season long. Also 4-1 in their last five on 3 days rest. So I think that with them at home, they will be maybe a little more comfortable to maybe get the necessary goals here, because I think Dallas looks like a pretty nice price. I gave it out on the show. I was kind of, surprised that they weren't a stronger favorite here. Yeah, St. Louis can have some good offensive form. Like I said, they skate well, they pass the puck well. They've been the offensive team. You're right, Tony. Defense, especially Ottinger. I talk about him all the time. Everybody does about him, whether he's underrated or not. Statistically, he's one of the best in the league. A kind of goalie that in the Stanley Cup playoffs, you can hang your helmet on and have him carry you through. It's good that Wedgwood is the backup, and he missed time with an injury. So I would think, though, that once they get to the playoffs, it's Ottinger, and that's where you'll have the defense. Wedgwood's numbers are pretty solid, are nearly right up there with Ottinger's, but I think in this game, more of a tendency that it will be an over, and maybe tomorrow's game more likely to be an under, with Dallas at home still needing the win, and your defense is going to be stronger. In my opinion, that's how it works when you see matchups like this. If I can draw, a comparison between a good team, especially late in the season, playoff bound, motivated, needing win desperately team like Dallas against St. Louis, a team that, yeah, they were fun, they were okay this year, maybe even a disappointment. It's only a few years ago Tony's team won the Stanley Cup, and now they ended up trading guys. That's been, we know the story of the season there for St. Louis, trading guys, and now they're in a rebuild mode. They, quite frankly, play higher scoring games, so they get theirs at home, still lose to the motivated team, knowing they have to play tomorrow. What's the use? Golf club's time for the Blues.
All right, Ramon here. Stars Blues over total of 6 goals. This one have a start time 7:30 Eastern time. Watch it over on TNT. All right, Ramon, let's go over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Of course, Ramon showing great results as we talked about 6,257 units of profit, all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. So tonight, NHL on the board, those two NBA play-in games as well. Still lots of baseball on the board here. We're getting some starts here, top of the hour. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Tony, I got a three-pack tonight that I'm going to feature with the two NBA games. This is my featured three-pack tonight. Did have a four games go off already in the major leagues, and trying to rally a little motivation to stay at Mr. 6000 here. Tonight, though, those two NBA games are in that three-pack along with my NHL best play tonight. Get that one for $30 at Tony'sPicks.com. I swept the board last night in the NBA. I had the two road teams plus the points, and I also gave out the under on both games on the Monday morning Steam show. So I think I'm zeroed in. I smashed the NBA playoffs last year. I'm already off to a 2-0 start in premiums in the NBA. 4-0 start overall, if I could count those picks on record, as I do over there. In fact, there, I guess, well, no, I don't think they were a consensus, but I went with the under in those two games yesterday. So pick up my three-pack tonight. It's the two NBA playoff games plus my top play in the NHL tonight. It's just that three-game card. And Mindy and I already clicked on two games on the morning Steam today, where that's our best sport. If you look at Team Steam, really, with us, Mindy and I, and the chat. So we're on record in a couple of those games already, and I've got to play tonight on the site in that three-pack profit guaranteed at Tony's Picks. So pick it up for just $30. So, like I said, took the two games down last night. A little bit of sweat there with Minnesota kind of blowing it there. They had well, I don't want to say they blew it. Anthony Davis kind of put the scare into me when he committed that foul and sent it into overtime, but not much of a. Minnesota kept fighting back and got that, and they'll still play one more time. They're still alive in that play-in tournament. So get the three-pack or pick up. We're into the time of the year right now where you want to get those long-term packs. Appreciate those that did sign up this week. The 3 day, 7 day, 30 day carry you through a chunk of the playoffs here as we get rolling through the postseason. I do have also an NBA playoff pack. If you want just the NBA plays, that's available, and I'll have an NHL playoff pack dialed up as well here within the next 48 hours or so. If you just want the plays in the NHL, my quite frankly, one of my best sports. If you look at it, plus 3,100 units last year, plus 2,000 units already since January 1st in the NHL here on the website this year. It's documented there on Tony's Leaderboard 2.0. Over 5,000 units. In some terms, you might call it 50 units since we've been on this site that I've brought you NHL winners. And I will say that last year, out of those 31 units that we took down, the playoffs accounted for a nice chunk of that as well. We know the playoffs, are a good 2 months long in the NHL, nearly 2 months anyway. We talk about all those series. 16 teams, 7 games. It takes a long time to get through. Tony mentioned the timetable, if you will. I still call these the NBA playoffs, Tony. I mean, come on. He's still playing a little. I know it's a mini tournament. You got teams bouncing around the country, but feels like postseason. I thought the players played with a little intensity last night, the defensive intensity necessary to try to win those games. So appreciate it, everyone. Pick up those packages. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off premium pick packages. Might try to get something together here in the major leagues tonight, but I like the day card mostly. And, we know it's a pretty light card tonight with just the 6 games, but haven't finalized yet. Want to see a couple lineups possibly. So join me over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Get involved. Take a look. All our picks are documented, Tony. Right there. We've just put them into the site, and every result is recorded, and you go down the list of games on my handicapper profile page and take a look at how I've been able to put together this winning streak over the last several months here on the website.
That's right, guys. Got both Scott over at Tony's Picks. You see the promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll save you 20% off. Of course, you'll land right on Ramon's page and get on board, as he said, 3-pack tonight from up there as he mixes a couple NBA in there with an NHL. And of course, instead of buying the plays individually, you can get the long-term passes. That 1 month pass, all the Ramon's premium plays for a month, gets you up into round 2 of the NBA playoffs, round 2 of NHL playoffs, as well as all the baseball and any peripheral sports he may handicap, because he does delve into. He'll have UFC picks on the weekend on UFC cards. So check and look at that as well. Maybe an occasional Champions League in there, maybe occasional tennis. So check it out there on the site. With that 1 month pass, we'll save you 20% off using the promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll take $66 off. Access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, then you'll land right on his page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we put together a Twitter account for you at Tony's Picks Ramon. More content there, more content on the website with the embedded videos, and of course, we catch you on the morning steam and more on the Discord.
Yeah, leaderboard we're doing some site maintenance today, so didn't update that leaderboard. But we had some cappers have a good day yesterday, including Mindy. Real strong day yesterday. I'll have a play for you tonight on Twitter. Follow me at Tony's Picks Ramon. Pick up another winner tonight, coming to you probably in the major leagues, I would imagine. With the way I feel about the evening card, we'll give some free winners there. Maybe in the Discord as well. Join us over there for more conversation in the Discord. So that's a good place to hit us up. Hey, I'm always good for if I got a play. If I got a free play or just something maybe I'm putting a bet on that I'm not using as a premium, I'll be glad to share it with everyone. I'm not going to go in there and post all my tickets. You'll think I'm a degenerate, but well, maybe I am. But as long as we put these premium picks on the top of the totem pole, if you will, and keep doling out those winners, I'll keep doling out plays elsewhere as well, because we want to keep everybody involved, everybody interested. I'm glad everybody's winning. Otherwise, I'd have tons of subscribers right now. So everyone must be doing a great job with their own picks. Otherwise, why wouldn't they want to hook up with a capper that's clicking right now at close to 59% over the last 10 weeks or so, the way I've calculated it. So, that's up to you. I know it's hard to swallow your pride and say you paid for picks. Don't tell anybody. Just come on board like all my subscribers have and get involved. It's not a situation. Nobody goes undefeated. I'm just trying to stay ahead of that juice line and do it a little bit further than everybody else. So Tal's got to hit an even higher percentage, and that's what I'm doing right now. So join me over at Tony'sPicks.com. We're back with more Morning Steam as well. Tomorrow, Mindy and I gave out several picks today. We were pretty hot together, I thought, on some of the baseball action as well. We've got a few plays in action here going currently. So join us 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Pacific. When I'm up early, first on YouTube with previews of today's games, actionable betting information, live line moves, coming at you with the breaking news when it happens. We give it to you there within seconds, really. There really is some of the information that we give you, you actually have time in real time to beat the line. We can give out, I saw that we gave out that Jordan Alvarez information, and it took a few seconds before it started to react, and that's because well, I'm in tune with these lines. I'm paying for the service to come alert me. Yeah, you could set your Twitter on and stare at it all day, but you could actually have a little line service where a notice pops up telling you when this information is breaking. That's what you pay for. They've got a team of experts that sit there and punch in data and send it out to people like me that are willing. Look, I mean, I'm doing a lot of hard work. I'm handicapping. I'm looking at trends, injuries, stats, all that. But still, you can't be on top of it at all times. And that's where, yeah, if you're paying for the subscription to my service, yeah, you're helping me live my life and earn my money, but I reinvested in the information to make sure you're on top. That's how we're getting on top of a lot of these games and producing at the strong winning percentage that we are right now, Tony. It's the only way I can describe how I do things in general terms to everyone. Like to think that thanks for all the great compliments, guru, swami, whatever. We're just on a good streak, certainly, but it's really just work, 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 and making sure we stay on top of the information. That's what handicapping is. A little bit information and a lot of also, like I said, the timing of the market being on the right team at the right time, the right underdog at the right time, if you will. The best teams don't go out there and win every game. So, anyways, Tony, also up to one quick update, send it back to you. But heading into today's action, I mentioned it on the show this morning because it was another big day for the overs yesterday, and you were here with me day one of the season when I talked about what I thought would be happening in the early stages of the Major League season when it came to scoring runs and totals. And the tally right now, Tony, stands at 94 overs and 69 unders heading into today's action. Maybe get some unders here on some of these games, but that's already a 25-game start, Tony, into basically 160, what is it, 163 sample size, 94 overs. That's pretty significant.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 20% off. All right, Ramon, continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Ramon Scott here on